Looking back in Alameda history, Mastick Senior Center now occupies a site where a wonderful early structure once stood. The first Mastick Elementary School is shown here on a postcard of the two-story structure. The current building was built in 1938 as a replacement and was converted to a senior center on July 1, 1980. The front wing has had little updating since that time. The Building and Grounds Committee of the Mastick Senior Center Advisory Board has listed front wing renovation on its list of projects for many years. This is a particular busy and heavily trafficked area and is the primary information hub for the members. During the past 30 years, the center has welcomed and served thousands of Alameda residents. Today, Mastick boasts a membership of over 3,500 individuals and has become a thriving part of the lives of seniors in Alameda. This is the Mastick Advisory Board President Nancy Gormley, along with Lola Brown, Mildred Nolan, and Donna Bernadou, members of the Ad Hoc Committee for Lobby Renovation. Renovation started in October 2010 and has covered the front wing of the building. Because of excellent planning, Mastick Senior Center daily classes and programs were able to continue as the remodeling occurred. The completion of the lobby renovation project culminates years of fundraising and planning by the Mastick Advisory Board. By mid-2010, there were enough funds in the Treasury to proceed with the project. The members of the center are proud of the fact that all of the money for the project came from Mastick fundraising activities, primarily bingo and Thrift Shop. The architect chosen for the project was Dick Rutter, a longtime Alameda resident who was an officer at the Naval Air Station and is a historical preservationist.
What's interesting about the building, it was built in the late 1930s. I think it was 1939. And it was originally an elementary school. And what's interesting about the building is, from an architectural design standpoint, it's what today we would call streamlined modern. The first contact we had was with Jackie Krause, and then we met with her, and she took us through the project to determine the scope, and we looked at 5 rooms which are currently being remodeled. The media room was one, library I'll call it. There needed to be rearrangements of bookshelves, rearrangements of storage for things like chairs and tables. There was rearrangement of how there's a great big video screen in there so that the presentations could be made. That was to be rearranged. There's a pinball machine and a piano in another little music room area, and that was to be cleaned up more visually than anything else. Then the lobby itself, there was a large reception desk that needed to be cut down in size and reconfigured so that the people behind the desk could more effectively function. The coffee area needed to be freshened up and reconfigured, and then of course there was the game room where the cards are played and so forth. There was some additional storage that went on in there. There were some other things like there used to be old steam radiators in the building. Those were taken out under a city contract, but we needed to make sure that wall and floor areas where those old radiators had been were refinished. And then we had to look at handicap issues, accessibility issues, especially in the coffee room. Those counters and the shelving and so forth really was not accessible, and so the new design had to take that into account.
Tom Jasper, general contractor for the renovation project, has been working in construction since 1953 and continues to work because he loves what he does. His office is located here in Alameda, where he has operated his business for the last 13 years. Tom has been appointed to the Mayor's Historic Advisory Board. Here he is arriving at Mastick to start his day in his 1924 Ford. Let's visit with him for a minute about the project. How many different subcontractors are represented on this project, and how many craftsmen worked on it?
The plumber, the demo people, carpenters, drywall people, and the electrician. And it's very important when you're taking things apart and tearing things off and things like that. The trash is hauled off immediately, maybe within a day or two, because you don't want the project to look like a junkyard. And it's an unsafe situation, and it's an unhealthy situation.
Were there any major challenges that you faced on the Mastick Senior Center project?
Not really. We have the experience we don't consider them a problem, we know how to fix them. Sometimes things manifest themselves as you didn't plan on. Like a lot of the windows were falling apart and rotted. We had to repair that. The electrical was we didn't know what had happened. Also, you have to bring everything up to the new codes so that it's a safe environment, it's a safe situation, that all took time.
Are there any other things that were part of the project?
Yes, I'd like to state that the client was excellent. They were very cooperative. They listened, we listened, everyone participated, and everyone gets to take the credit.
Lisa Weber, ASID, was selected as the interior designer for the renovation project. Lisa is active in the community, having served on various boards and commissions, most recently as a member of the Government Relations Economic Development Committee for the Alameda Chamber of Commerce.
I'm here in the lobby of the newly renovated Mastick Senior Center. This is the reception desk. And I have to say that when I first came in for the interview, to be interviewed for this job, that's the first time I ever stepped into the Mastick Center. And I waited in the lobby for just a few minutes before I met with them. And I can't tell you how much energy I felt. I watched people coming and going to go to classes, to get some coffee, to go to the library. There was all kinds of things happening, and I was amazed at how much energy there was and vitality. And so when I met with the committee, we talked for a minute, and I asked them what they were looking to do. And they didn't know what to do for finishes. They had an architect's design, but they had no idea what to do for finishes. And I just said, you need to have something with some vavoom and some vitality and energy, and they were happy with that.
Talk to us a little bit about your experience working with the subcontractors.
The subs on this job were really great. The tile installer who did all this tile flooring did a great job. The carpet people did, the painters, the electricians brought us up to code. I think my very favorite was the cabinet maker who designed this reception desk. He also did the cabinets in the cafe and the media center in the media room. The light fixtures, these go with those, with the main light fixtures that were all replaced. It just gives it a new updated look. The granite slab for the back counter and the front counters, the colors in it, the amount of the veinage, it's all of it. It just worked perfect with this. Also, on the desk here, the reception desk, I asked for a use of copper in here. It reflects the back color of the walls, but it also just gives it a punch of some metal that I wanted in there. One of the really wonderful parts of this is the reception area tile, or the tile that goes throughout. It's actually ceramic tile, but it looks like stone, and it's in what they call a Versailles pattern. In Alameda, people say it's a Versailles pattern, but it's actually a Versailles pattern, and it has different sizes. These are 6 inches, 12 inches. There's an 18 by 24, 18-inch tiles. They're all different sizes to give it a little variety. It's a little softer on the eye. It's not so hard. And it's great for durability, and also it's smooth, so it has no places where people could stumble or trip. One of my favorite parts of interior design is the architectural detailing. The ceiling, to bring it down, the ceiling height down, we installed a belly band. This belly band is blue, and it's framed with 2 stained pieces of molding. A belly band is just what it is. It's sort of like a belt that goes around your belly. It goes around the room at different, you can put it at different heights, but it tends to drop your eye line to that line, so that feels like the ceiling is a little bit lower than it actually is. We also included this picture railing, which is perfect for the Mastick Senior Center because it allows them to hang art from their art classes without putting any nails in the walls. So they can change their art and adjust it and change it as often as they want or as often as the students put their art up here. Everything has been done with curves in mind. The carpet is curved and bordered. The furnishings all are curved. They have curves. There's very little that's straight. They're either rounded or curved. And everything was selected to provide a lot of vitality and energy and life to this place because there's a lot of life and vitality going on here all the time. Here's some fabric for the chairs. Very fun, very curvy and stripes. Some nice chenilles, some vinyls. All these are very, very durable. They're meant to take a lot of wear and a lot of treatment. One of my favorite things is the card room chairs. They all have the same chair seat fabric, which is actually a turquoise vinyl, but all of them have different backs to them. They have wood backs, so some are going to be yellow, some are going to be red and orange. Just a lot of fun here. I would like to say that I enjoy all the projects I work on, but this one I really had a lot of fun with. This was a great project for me and for us. We had a lot of fun with it. But the best part was working with the Mastick Center committee and the people who work here. I'm hoping they enjoy this for many, many years afterwards. We sure enjoyed working with them. I enjoyed it very much.
The Mastick renovation project is now complete. If you haven't seen the Mastick Senior Center recently, please come by and join us.